Hey y'all, so I'm back again with another message from the Lord. This message is based upon a dream. I know I need to record this message because camera started recording by itself right as I put it inside of my holster, real good. And I'm sitting here just while I was trying to pick up a little bit, asking God to give me further clarity about this dream. But y'all be careful in this season because people are trying to trick you out of your promise. And when I mean promise, I mean marriage promise. The enemy is so desperate. Witches and warlocks are so desperate when it comes to kingdom marriages that they are trying to trick people out of their promise. And it's so sad of the desperation that they're trying to go through and the different rituals that they're trying to do. So last night, God allowed me to see in the spirit a ritual, which the people had disguised as like it was going to be a wedding. So everybody thinking that they're going to a wedding, but they're not going to a wedding. They're going to a actual death ritual, which is trying to stop certain people from coming together in marriages. On top is doing rejection rituals. Okay, and so like I said, we were I was overseeing a wedding. Everybody thought it was going to a wedding, was dressed for a wedding. But then when everybody had got there, it was like a coffin for like an animal on like a table. And I could smell the smell of death. Like the smell of death, like as far as, dead skin, something that was dying, something that was corroding, something that was, you know, You know how when you are driving and you might have your windows down and you pass by like a dead animal or something on the road, it was giving off that type of smell. And someone had opened it and saying that it was like a dead animal in there. But, immediately me overseeing that, I didn't feel comfortable. I left because I felt like that was off. Why would you do that at a wedding? However, like I said, it was basically to do a death ritual to end someone's marriage that from coming together. And then after that, I seen where another woman was trying to befriend another girl, another woman, and was trying to talk heavily against that person's kingdom spouse, trying to do a rejection spell so that girl can not receive her spouse, right? So it was talking all types of things about her spouse that God had ordained for her, trying to get her to reject her spouse, saying that he wasn't the one and he's rejected, he is this that and the third. And then on top of that, not only was she trying to discourage her from accepting her kingdom spouse, she was trying to come on to the girl as well. Y'all, when I tell you, um, the devil don't care who he gonna use to try to stop a marriage from coming together, especially when it's God ordained. He will use a man, he will use a woman, he will use a relative, he will use whoever to try to stop that marriage from coming together. And then on top of that, they were trying to trick the girl into befriending them and getting her caught up in all types of mess so she can go to jail, so she can throw her life away. It was like they really was trying to set her up, not to just ruin her marriage, but to ruin her life. Because they really was trying to get her away from the man, period. Because they couldn't kill her, right? But they could try to stop, or they was trying to stop her from ever coming in contact with this man again, or ever being able to reach this man again by trying to get her locked up, locked away and get thrown away to keep, meaning that she was going to have to do some time in prison and probably will never see daylight again. And so y'all be careful of the company and stuff that you keep during the season and this hour. Be careful of your surroundings. If God got you in your isolation season, stay in your isolation season. He's doing it for a reason. It's also is to give you revelation and also for your protection. There's a lot of people out here lurking and they are going to unholy places and trying to see who kingdom spouses are so they can come against that. Because kingdom spouses, kingdom marriages, godly marriages are a threat to the kingdom of darkness, right? And so they know this. And so what they're trying to do is discourage people. They're trying to do death rituals, and they're finding out the death rituals are not working. Because like I said, a lot of people thought it was weird and they were like grossed out about the death of an animal being at a wedding, like they were doing a sacrifice. Pretty much they wanted to do a sacrifice at the beginning of that wedding. However, it wasn't a wedding, it was a death ritual that they was going to do a sacrifice for, and to ruin other people's marriages. And so, but they were just trying to disguise it, right? As it was like, because some people, some customs, they do believe in doing a human animal sacrifice, but our beliefs as Christianity, we don't no longer have to do those things. All right, those things we no longer have to do. So what there was really doing was trying to stop someone's actual marriage, and stop, it's like a couple of people, they were trying to stop a couple of people godly marriages from coming together. Y'all, in this season, this hour, be very careful who you are surrounding yourself with. Who are you being friends with? If you have an unction in your spirit that you don't need to be talking to this person, don't talk to this person, because when I'm telling you, that's your spirit of discernment kicking in. It really is. And a lot of people don't want God's people to be happily married. It's actually like, thank you, Holy Spirit. What God just said to me in that dream, it was a demonic altar. That was a demonic altar at that so-called wedding. And a lot of you guys, our family members, have demonic altars, or people that you might know have demonic altars set up against you to come towards your marriage, to go against your marriage, to stop you from getting married, or stop you from encountering the person, which a lot of these demonic altars are really not working because of your prayers. So now what they're doing is they're sending in decoys. They're sending in people to discourage you from the people who you are actually supposed to be with. And how these people are knowing what is going on with you it's because they're going to unholy places. They're going to unholy places in the spiritual realm, illegal access, to see what you got going on. And so a lot of you guys, they know that this is the next phase in your life. They know this is the next for you. So they're really attacking you. And y'all, this is why you guys might be experiencing warfare lately like never before. It's because God is trying to usher people back into, or God is trying to usher people into their marriage season. And so with that being said, you got to be careful. If God got you in a place of isolation, stay there. Stay there. It's not a bad place. It's not the time. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not the time to befriend new people. If God is not telling you to befriend new people, it's not the time and the place, because the enemy is sending out counterfeits to block you from where God is calling you. Okay. So really keep that in mind. Like I said, the enemy in that dream, he was very, very desperate, trying to get people caught up in their mess. And it's just like they're trying to trick God's people and frame God's people all at the same time. So you have to be careful about the company that you keep. You got to be careful about the places that you go. Me, I really feel like if this is a season where God got you in isolation, stay there so God can work on you, work through you. He can reveal some things to you. And what these people are doing too is a distraction. They're trying to distract you from what God is really telling you to work on. They're trying to distract you from what God is telling you to wait on. And you're going to miss your promise if you choose to entertain people that are not good for you. Bad company corrupts good character. And that's exactly what I saw them did. They got this particular person set up to go to jail, set up to go to prison. And so keep that in mind. You guys, the enemy, he don't play fair. The enemy is out to kill, steal, and destroy. He can't kill you, but he can try to destroy your life. He can try to get you set up to where you ruin your life for the rest of your life, and you can miss out on the promises of God. Be careful of the company that you keep, especially females, because I see now where the enemy is using females, because a lot of guys' daughters, they not entertaining a lot of men or having a lot of male friends because they feel like that's not appropriate. And so what the enemy is doing is sending in a lot of females. And a lot of these females, they go both ways. I got to be honest with you. They're bisexual and they're going to try you. So be careful, be mindful, be prayed up, be fast up during this time, because the enemy is very, very busy. We're entering into the summertime. We're entering into a couple of months. We'll be entering into a new year according to the Hebrew calendar. And so the devil is very, very busy. Okay. So I love you guys. I pray that you all have an amazing day, and I will chat with you all later.